Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hivemind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Apparently, it's called the DeSantis
Oh,
Effect,
do
and
you
honestly,
see
it's the
that
perfect
meme?
label. And it's
Oh,
Do you see that meme, bro?
oh, whoa.
Port, get it, Caitlin? Did you get the joke?
Yes.
Like,
Portfolio gone.
portfolio gone.
Oh my
Oh, that
god.
is hilarious.
Oh,
And as someone who
that is amazing.
oh my god, that's a good opportunity to just bring up this cool little story.
Uh-huh.
Not saying I can give you financial advice or anything, but
He says our government is terrorists.
okay, so we're in pretty close agreement then. Right on, man. It's good to hear that that's what the average Russian citizen, or I don't know if you're the average Russian, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Someone from Russia inside the country holds a similar opinion to me. That makes me feel like I'm pretty well informed about like what the proper stance on that issue should be. Anyways, but yeah, the portfolio gone thing. I'm
Hmm.
a I'm the vice president of my church council, right? And so I found out we had a shit ton of money in investments. And I told the council that we should pull them because the market is in free fall. So we did. And I ran some numbers today because we left a little bit of money in the portfolio to see. So we could keep the account, but also to see what the market would do to our money if we'd left it in there. We had
Mm-hmm.
$1,000 3 weeks ago. Now we have 733. So if we'd left all the money in there, my church would have lost over 55 grand. And I just felt like I did a really awesome fucking thing saving my church 55 fucking grand. I'm like, yo, can I get
Yeah.
like can I get like 10 of that? Like
Right.
like come on.
Right. Like I saved you guys a whole bunch of money.
Like
Where's my cut? We can't hear you.
damn it. I said yo, I know it's God's money, but I'm in service to God and I need to eat.
Right.
Like, read Leviticus, bitch. Like, I'm not being unreasonable here. It is very clear in Leviticus what the priest is to be paid.
Right. It's like,
Russian, thanks. Our
he's
government is terrorists. I hate them, and I wish they all died. Well, that's a bit extreme. That's a bit extreme. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to say I want all the Russian politicians to die. I don't know the situation that well. I can't say that in good conscience. Uh, but damn, I what I will say is I empathize for you, man. That has got to be I'm not far behind in the states, frankly. I think my government is so close to going full Nazi on the population. I am terrified of this government.
yeah.
Joe Biden is the scariest fucking president we have ever had. I mean, he is this close to actual Hitler. It is terrifying me. And I think it's putting a lot of other people in the country on edge. Like, the matchstick is rubbing, and it's about to go off, and we're in a room full of gunpowder. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this administration has no clue what they are playing with. The 2020 riots, the fucking economic decline of 2020. Just, this nation can't take much more. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying.
the same phenomenon that I've been referring to. The governor of the great state of Florida, Ron DeSantis, is showing the rest of the GOP exactly how it's done. I've been saying if some other Republican governors follow in his footsteps, then we are going to see a significant transformation of the election map. What happened in the state of Florida can happen in many other states. If Kari Lake takes over as governor in Arizona, that's usually the example that I use, then Arizona might also follow suit and become a Republican stronghold. It might happen in Virginia, who knows? A state that voted for Biden by 11 percentage points ended up electing Governor Glenn Youngkin.
Well, you know, crazy. If the election in Arizona was counted right for the last 15 years, then it would have been a consistently red state.
Yeah.
Voter ID laws is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And if he continues to take strong stances, display strong leadership, and have policy success after policy success, well then they too can...
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that, man. And we definitely are still a superpower. But we have a lot of internal issues, man. I think even right now, even in the shithole state my government is in, I do still think this is the best country on earth. But we are getting, like I said, we're getting this close to that flipping 180 so fast. Like, we might become the worst nation here within the next 10 years if we don't change course.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it needs to be, we need a 180 now.
Yeah. But you'd still probably be better off than where you are, though.
Yeah.
See it here.
Yeah. Yeah. Even if America does go tits up, it's probably not going to be that much worse than Russia, because I consider like the current state of like Russia and China and North Korea, I consider that to be where the US might end up.
Yeah.
Yep. Just full-blown commie shithole. Yeah.
But that's why November is very important. Very important, people. Get out and get heard.
Put into effect the Governor Ron DeSantis Effect. And that's exactly what we got to cover, folks. Nancy Pelosi and her Democrat strategists at the DNC headquarters are seething with rage. Their intention was to flip Georgia for good. Didn't happen. Their intention was to flip Texas to become a blue state. Didn't happen. But what did happen is that the state of Florida has become a Republican stronghold, and a couple other states...
Oh, yeah, that's all right, Greenpeace. I understand that Russian's your first language and you only know so much English. I hope you can follow, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. Not to stroke my own shaft too hard, but I have a pretty extensive vocabulary. I have like a college senior vocabulary. And so my vocabulary and my language skills are probably the most educated thing about me, because I've read. I've never gone to college for language. I did go to a tech school, but my mastery of language is entirely organic. And so, but yeah, I understand that I might not communicate with you the best because I use this language verbally at a fairly high level when I'm actually trying and not just making fart jokes.
You know, like when you write books that are, you know,
Oh yeah.
149K.
Yeah, when I write, I just realized how dark my face is.
Yep.
Yep.
Google Translator. Yes.
The Garden of Lies, Zach Peepaw. Get it wherever books are sold. Okay, shameless plug is over. Yeah, Google Translator is definitely a viable solution for a lot of people. It's not perfect, but I think for like conversational translations, it's fine.
Might now follow. Trust me when I tell you this has Democrats shaking in their boots. They're in total panic mode despite the coping that you're seeing, and rightfully so, friends, because the magnitude is absolutely incredible. Let me show you guys what I mean by that with this report. We've got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright friends, so they're calling it the DeSantis Effect. The DeSantis Effect, just 18,000 registered Democrats out of 1 million new voters in the state of Florida. Starting to see the picture now, aren't you? Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and the Republican legislative majority both got more good news ahead of what will be a hard-fought midterm election in a few months, according to state records.
That's why Florida is where all the money is, where all the jobs are right now. That's why people are going to Florida to start businesses.
More importantly than any of that, for real, Ron DeSantis is a great American politician because he is setting the standard for all other politicians. Like, Ron DeSantis is the ideal politician.
Yeah.
He is fiercely in line with the people who elected him. He fights for the things that they believe in. He comes up with new, original ways to handle the problem. He argues his side very well. He shows enemy hypocrisy like a master, just as good as Trump, but in a more polite way so more people actually fucking listen. Ron DeSantis is an absolutely fantastic politician. I am proud to own land in his state. Like, I really love that guy as a politician. I think he's a great American. And I like him for the same reasons I liked Trump. Except there's more to like about DeSantis, actually. I'm not going to lie. I would still want Trump to be our next president, but I would want Ron DeSantis to be his VP. That would be so dope. Although I don't want to lose him as my governor either, so I kind of have some conflict there. But yeah.
Out of 1 million new registered voters in the Sunshine State between October 2018 and July 2022, less than 18,000 of them identified as Democrats. Meanwhile, more than 500,000 new registrants during the same period have identified as Republicans. The 2022 numbers show the state with 5.2 million Republicans. The Western Journal reported that means from the 2018 election until this summer, Florida GOP added 510,000 people. That is an increase of roughly 10%. Now this next line, I think they might have made a mistake here. I think they inverted the numbers. They write, conversely, during the same period, Democrat Party enrollment rose from 4,962,000 to 4,944,000. I think those numbers are inverted. I think it's 4.94 million to 4.96 million, an increase of only 17,000 people. Kristen Ziegler, vice chairman of the Florida GOP, said regarding the large increase in registered Republicans, the biggest number in Florida politics that no one is talking about, 17,197. While Florida has added 1 million net new voters since Ron DeSantis' victory, the Democrat Party only managed to convince 17,000 of them to register as Democrats. So that means with all of the new voters that have entered Florida, 1 million new voters to be exact since the 2018 midterms, only 17,000 people registered as Democrat, 510,000 registered as Republicans, and the 400 some odd thousand, I guess, are just staying at.
You see, Republican Party, you see what happens when you actually stick to the things you promised your constituents and you actually fight for them at a grassroots level. You see the kind of loyalty you can win. You see the kind of minds you can change. Because Florida was purple for a long time. Ron DeSantis has made that state red as fuck. Because he's actually a good politician. Step up your game, Republican Party. Yeah. I'm this close to going full-blown libertarian.
Well, I mean, and that's the thing, too, is if you if you do like he's done and you put things in place that bring people prosperity
Right.
and it's evident, like in front of their eyes, they can hold it in their hand, they can put it in their bank account,
Yep.
they will listen to
What
you.
what do people want? They want to be able to earn a decent living. They want the government and for the most part their neighbors to leave them the fuck alone. They
Mm-hmm.
want to be able to go on the weekend and have fun with their families. They want to be able to retire at 60 or 70. That's what people want.
Yeah.
If you give them job market that is sufficient to meet their livelihood needs, a safe community to be part of, and make sure that their kids don't get shot or overdose by the age of 15, then
Mm-hmm.
your society's pretty much going to be happy.
Right. Yeah.
Economic prosperity and no societal or government oppression makes a happy citizen.
Right. And their kids can go to school and not have gender theory, shoved down their throats and stuff.
Yeah, if they can go to school without being distracted by a BDSM fetishist's ginormous fake tits.
Yeah.
God, that is so fucking disgusting. I'm going to wear these fetish prosthetics to school because I get hard off knowing the kids are looking. Yeah, that's who's teaching high school in Canada. That's not an impersonation. That's like me verbatim telling you what the demon is whispering to them.
Yeah.
As independent. That is insane. Let's really put that number into perspective. That means 29 times more people registered as Republicans than Democrats. And now you're supposed to believe that Governor Ron DeSantis' seat as governor is possibly threatened by Charlie Crist? Give me a break. Marco Rubio is within the statistical margin of error against Val Demings? No way. It's just not happening. What is happening,
Right.
what we are seeing, is the major 2016 onward Democrat strategy failing, frankly, backfiring. Back in 2016, or at the time it might have even been 2015, Donald Trump comes down the Trump Tower escalator and issues his hardline stance on the southern border, of course launching his campaign with the Build the Wall slogan, and Democrats saw their opportunity. They said, here is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go after the Latino vote and label Donald Trump and all Republicans as anti-immigrant racists. They thought this was the most genius strategy. It's going to work. There's no way it could backfire. They're going to turn Nevada, New Mexico, and Arizona into Democrat strongholds. They're going to flip Texas. They're going to gain favor with Latinos in the state of Florida. But boy, oh boy, did this backfire for a couple fundamental reasons. The first one, you're not going to win the state of Florida by pandering to Latinos in the state of Florida, which are vastly different than Latinos from the West Coast. Because of course we know the Democrat Party is embracing socialism. Not gonna work. You shot yourselves in the foot. Then as we head further west and we go to border states, you're not gonna pander to Latino voters.
That's one thing I've noticed. I've noticed this so much. The Latino individuals you meet in red states are always better people than the Latinos you meet in blue states. Now, I'm not saying anything concrete. I've met plenty of Mexican dudes here in Washington that were good dudes. One of them I went to high school with, Joseph. Cool kid. Went on to be a cop. Great guy. But a lot of the time, Democrat Latinos are more disrespectful, especially to me, than Republican Latinos. And I don't know what the cultural interactions and how that ends up being the case, or if that even is statistically provable as the case. I'm saying that's my personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
It could also just be that all Democrats are assholes. Like the kind of person that identifies as being a Democrat is inherently a piece of shit. I would be 100% behind that.
in border states on the issue of supporting illegal immigration. This was probably the biggest mistake that Democrats made, expecting law-abiding Latino voters who emigrated to the country properly to be in support of these Democrat stances and rhetoric, enabling this border crisis and justifying illegal immigration, breaking the law, a system that we know negatively impacts Latino communities on the southern border.
You know what's hilarious about that too? is even Latinos that illegally came over, like if they did it like 10 years ago, they're against illegal immigration.
Yeah.
Because they're like, no, man, I've been here for like 10 years. Like, I live on this land
Right.
now. Like,
Right.
those other guys, though, they need to get the fuck out. Like, this is our country,
Right.
cuz.
Oh, man.
Yo, Zach is kind of racist. We
Oh
should go
my
cap.
God.
We should go cap his ass, Holmes.
Oh my God.
Whether it's the crime, the gun violence, illegal migrants, drunk driving, or speeding and taking the lives of innocent individuals, this was a terrible political strategy and miscalculation from the left, and it's backfiring bigly. I mean, even with this most recent issue with the whole Martha's Vineyard thing, Democrats are...
I swear, since... God damn it. I swear, since Donald Trump used bigly in a sentence and the entire Democrat Party looked like a fucking idiot when they went around giving him shit for it, and it turns out bigly was a word the entire fucking time that all of them just didn't know.
Yes. Yeah, that was
And
that
now,
was pretty funny.
and now every conservative commentator throws that word into casual conversation as like a culture-wide, ha! Remember that time you were all fucking idiots? kind of thing. It's so good.
Yeah. Oh my
Like,
God.
so Crowder does it. Apparently this guy does it. Paul Joseph Watson does it. It's like, yes. Yes, roast them forever. God, I'm sorry.
Man. And it's funny too because like when it happened, I was staying with my sister and it was kind of funny because she was like, "That's not even a word." I was like, actually.
It will never cease to amaze me. I cannot believe you are related to that person, Caitlin. Like, wow. So the older sister just got all the brains, huh? Just like none left for the younger sister? Are you sure? That is your younger sister, right? Though.
No, she's the oldest.
Oh, okay. Oh, so her brain was the prototype then.
Right, yeah.
Her brain,
Yeah.
she's
She's the oldest of everybody.
Was a draft model.
I'm the middle. Yeah.
Oh God, that's fucking hilarious.
See, and that really kind of that's. Would you call that stereotypical? Because I'm literally the middle.
Why would that be stereotypical?
Because everybody says that it's always the middle child that's odd or weird or.
Is that a thing people say?
Yeah.
Okay, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I'm the youngest of both my parents, of all my siblings. I'm the youngest, so I have. But you know what is funny though? I have often heard things said about the eldest child that I have PTSD from. Like, I have so many things in common with first childs who have shared their stories online and I've read, and also sometimes the middle child. Like, I was not treated like the youngest that I keep hearing about, and a lot of the things that are a stereotype of being the first child thing are things that that happened, and man, I went to fucking therapy for it.
Yeah.
Outraged, what a horror. But if you look at the numbers, plurality of Hispanic voters support Republican governors sending illegal migrants to liberal states and cities. Because Latino voters are intellectually honest, normal people. And they're thinking if you want to be a sanctuary state, then you should take responsibility.
The ones in red states. Florida Latinos, fucking awesome citizens. Love those guys. I've met quite a few of them. Chill ass dudes. A lot of them run bars down there, funny enough. But man, the average Latino here in Tacoma, well, I won't say the average. Like 1 in 3 Latinos around here is just like, I'm not going near that guy. He looks like he wants to hit me. Like that. I'm just saying that's how they look at me, man. It's like, what did I do, man?
Yeah.
A crisis that you
Like, why are you
created
so
shouldn't
angry
then
at
be
me?
dropped on
Right.
the lap of
What did
border
I
states and
do?
border counties. Democrats were banking on the Hispanic vote changing the electoral map in their favor. But the exact opposite is happening, and it's so incredibly significant. I mean, for Pete's sakes, Democrats might have lost the state of Nevada. GOP is leading in Nevada generic congressional ballot data. Donald Trump is beating Joe Biden in hypothetical matchups in the state of Nevada. The Nevada governor's race, Joe Lombardo, is widening his lead over Steve Sisolak. Adam Laxalt is consistently beating Catherine Cortez Masto. We're seeing Republicans surge in Nevada and Arizona, and that is exactly what we've been predicting over the last year and a half. Every single time I do a polling analysis video where I cover the Hispanic voter, demographic changes, and trends, I always mention those 2 states. Well, folks, it's actually materializing. And of course, let's not forget that deep blue Democrat district in the state of Texas, right on the southern border, that just flipped by 20 points away from the Democrat and elected Mayra Flores to represent them in Congress. Who's to say we're not going to see a couple more flips like that? The clear fact of the matter is, the based Latino vote is not playing any games with illegal immigration, crime, and socialism. And the Democrat Party is the party of crime, illegal immigration, and socialism. At the end of the day, politics can be boiled down to very simple concepts. That right there is the dynamic. Keep coping, Democrats. Your Republican anti-immigration racist rhetoric has backfired and is backfiring bigly. Another political miscalculation.
Bigly.
And we've been talking about a couple other political miscalculations
Like,
ahead of the
because it
midterms.
is a word,
Wouldn't be
people.
surprised.
And it was just so funny. I remember they were writing articles about that for like a week. It was like their big, this is proof he's an idiot thing.
Right.
And it's like, you fucking people owned your...
Like,
You just
you
demonstrated...
owned yourself.
You owned yourself. You fucking ran into a wall full speed because you couldn't be bothered to use Google.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? How do all of you get that wrong? It's like he either said big league, which is an accepted, known part of speech, or he said the word bigly, which was always a word. So in neither scenario is he an idiot. It is in fact you who are the idiot for not understanding that either way you heard it, it was still a proper fucking sentence.
Yeah. And they're all like, it's not really a word. Ha ha! He's so stupid. He can't even be bothered to say words correctly. And, actually, it is a word. Here's the dictionary.
Right. Better yet, here's the word. I use it twice in this book. Go read it. I'm not sure if I do use bigly in here, actually, just being honest. I just wanted to do the shameless self-plug.
Oh, man.
But yeah, as an author, that shit drove me nuts. I was like, I saw these articles popping across my feed every day. Our president is so stupid he doesn't even know basic English. And I was like, that's a real word, you stupid fucking idiots. The first thing I did, I didn't know the word. The first thing I did when that story broke is I was on Google and I was like, bigly definition. And it popped right up.
He said bigly.
Like, yeah, I just was like, if he said bigly, is that actually a word? Like, maybe he used that word properly? It's a word and he used it properly? Google, oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
And it's
yeah,
funny,
people.
what's amazing about it is it doesn't matter which one he said, not only for the reasons I already outlined before this, but
Hmm.
also because the rough meaning of bigly and the rough meaning of big league were synonymous in the way he was using the word.
Right. So either
So
way,
whichever way you heard it, it was exactly the same sentence. And it's
yeah.
like, and you guys are trying to make him sound like the idiot. Donald Trump has better command of the English language than 70 or 80% of the people that come out of college these days.
Yeah.
He is a very effective speaker. Not, what's the
Yeah.
word for high vocabulary, Caitlin?
Um. I mean, he's not like super highbrow.
No, it's another word. It's another word. The word for having a high vocabulary.
Um.
I'm gonna Google it. I'm gonna fucking Google
um
it.
it's like, oh, come on, brain.
What's a big vocabulary for someone with a big vocabulary? What?
Sesquipedalian.
To describe a word that's very long and multi-syllable. Oh, that's fucked up.
Sesquipedalian.
For example, the word that's very long and multi-syllabic. That is, whoever made that word was an asshole. A lexicome. It does. It looks like there isn't a word for that. Okay. Caitlin, remind me to make a word for that.
What, for someone who has a
For a gifted speaker with a high vocabulary or someone with an extensive vocabulary. There needs to be a word for
okay.
that. There needs
Well,
to be
I
a
mean,
word for that.
because articulate wouldn't be. I mean, because that just basically means that somebody is well spoken.
It means that you're well spoken, that you pronounce words properly, that you understand grammar and syntax properly, and that you convey
Mhm.
your ideas properly and effectively. That's what being articulate means.
Well, yeah, but or an eloquent person.
Nope, not the same thing.
I mean, because he's not exactly eloquent
No,
in
neither
his
Donald Trump or DeSantis.
execution.
Neither of
Huh?
them. I said neither of them. DeSantis or Trump. Neither of them were
No, no.
eloquent.
Well, I would say
Uh,
Ron DeSantis is a little bit more smoother. Is a little bit more smoother.
I
Wow.
so I
Um,
associate
this is
so I associate um the way Ron DeSantis speaks with masculinity,
uh-huh.
and when I hear eloquent, I hear a feminine word. So I
Mm,
associate eloquence with being a feminine trait.
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
describe men with the same virtue, but in a masculine flavor, as being
Well spoken.
well spoken, but I had the word suave. He's suave.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, being suave or being there's another word that works too, or be
I
stoic
wouldn't.
or being stoic in your speech are masculine manners of
Hmm.
speech.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
if a lot of them end up materializing. That's what I got for you guys though. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe to the channel if you guys are up for it. I'm gonna get back to work.
If you guys
Thanks
are
for
up for
watching,
it.
and I will see you on the next one.